All right, y'all, let's get into the 42 months. The 42 months and the 42 months that follows after that, because this is when that so-called Christ session at the right hand to his bodily return at the end of the age. And you're at the end of an age with a new age opening up upon you as a foundation has been laid in the millennium and the window into heaven is opened. And the bricks to the new Oz have been distributed and laid upon the earth. And there's about to be a global switch. And as this switch happens, this is when the so-called flood comes upon the earth and takes out the old and brings in a new. So, as we're in those times where the Christ session at the right hand to gather up those people, that mark in their right hand has been placed, and the left establishes the mark in the right, so one goes to the other and they will go to the so-called fisticuffs. And the week of the election is week 9 of football. Football is the 11 on 11. And the week 9 of the 47th presidency and such, that so-called twin 9/11. The twin 9/11 is that Gemini Trump, who's born under the so-called eclipse. And you have Kamala the moon and the dark MAGA coming. And all those things where Don is not giving his light and such in different ways. But the times coming forward, we can either see really both sides are being worked up, but a tie would be the best way, and then the winner would be determined by the so-called fisticuffs. All right. The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. And this is when we kind of see the people who have trained on these games are going to be going out there to battle and putting some things to the test. And the 42 months is going to lead to the 42 months. And the first 42 months we track ending at 7/20, 7/21, not including or including the inauguration day. And that's when Biden extinguishes power for rain, and Kamala, the moon, started to come. And this is like when you see the moon during the day and you see the sun during the day, and that proves what they're telling you is a lie in a matter of speaking. And then they come together, she wins and starts going on, and then we see the dark MAGA coming, and now he's wearing the gold hat. So you need money to spend at night to give yourself a light, per se, in the nightlife and that party. So this is where Elon could be coming to use Don as a puppet in one way, but Don's using him as a puppet, and they're got both hands up their ass and using each other as a washing machine. Washington. Double fist pump. That's what Elon did when he got up there. I'm pumping both of us, guys. We know you are. Not to get off on a thing, but the Kyle Rittenhouse, these types of things are all going to play a role on a flip-flop, fast-forward, rewind, and shit. All right? So this is where he was basically given the rights to bear arms, and we see the foot of the bear and all this shit. All right? So this is going to be where the things we saw in Portland or Washington or LA or whatever, and those people, according to the script and what that energy has come over to the 80, to the red, to the hell on earth. And when they see their cities being burned or whatever kind of shit or whatever, there's going to be y'all, this is the time, okay? So, the Revelation Rev for that driver. The Revelation 11:2, 13:5. That's got the 25 in there for next year. But those, if you do the math, you can get 11:2 and 3, or you can get 11, 12, and 13. Okay, or you can get some other dates for 2025. But the 11:2, 11:3, the 12:3, the 12:12, 12:13, 12:14, those types of things, 12:24, 12:25, Hanukkah Day, all those things, okay? It doesn't matter if they got Trump or Kamala winning. The best way to do this would be to have a tie, and then you'd have whatever, and then, but if they do have Trump win, they can get Trump's army to rise by putting him in jail, or by having Biden go Joe Rogan and do the czar shit, or do war shit. And then you might see Kamala coming in and doing the 25th Amendment. And this could be the flip-flop on what I told you, where Kamala's going to battle with Trump. She'll be going to battle with the Speaker, and Biden with the 25th Amendment and all those other things. And just a short span. It's where, whatever. But we could also see Kamala come in and do the 25th Amendment for that Christmas spirit. Because all the things we're seeing are symbolic of the things, so we kind of have to find the real one hidden within. So Kamala comes in as that 25th Amendment, and then she takes climate czar powers and all those types of things in a manner of speaking, or however, or we can see the Trojan horse play out, or the war, or whatever, taking us into those time frames. So the twin 9/11, the first twin on that 9/11, would be that election cycle, and then the football on 9th week on the 11, and all those things would tie into maybe that so-called stadium event. The Saints would be a great team for that, and they also play the Panthers that week in Bank of America Stadium. But I'm sure that with the chess moves and stuff being played and me mentioning it, that might put a damper on things, but that's mentioning to the 144,000 saints, and then the saints is also mentioned in the Bible or whatever. But that saints or whatever, that Katrina and Andrew or whatever, we're going to see in a flip-flop. It could be with a tornado, where a tornado goes through a downtown area like downtown Dallas or downtown Fort Worth, those types of things, or the double whammies for Fort Worth and Dallas, or Oklahoma and Tulsa, those kinds of things. Man, if you have a fresh memory, the things we've been seeing in other countries with the weathers and whatever, these things are going to be stacking onto America and whatever, and that's going to be that weather warfare, that we at her warfare, and those are those times when I told you that in the 22 and 23, those summers or whatever, it gave you a little bit, but it didn't quite pop. It's popping these times, okay? We are at the extreme weather time frame, the next few years. And these are those climate additions. And as the Spirit is moving through things, they're creating a reality to make you believe something that is not. So you never understand the Spirit that controls this earth. So you never know your Father. So you never rise up to become the light that is within you. The Halloween ET, that's a great time. Everybody's outside. July 4th is another day everybody's outside. These days that people are outside a lot, these can be maybe representative of a time when we're outside because we want to see the spaceships coming and those types of things. Okay, so that would also tie into like the mask and the mask we wear, and then being able to do all things, the Jesus character, because that would be the so-called alien, a lion coming back in different ways, and then the beginning is declared from the end. The beginning declared from the end is how we're going back to that Washington, and we're changing the water out. We're getting new soap. We're getting new lye. We're getting all this new stuff or whatever, right? So as Pandora's box is open, the mark in the right hand is being placed among everybody. So this is where the tribes, or so-called, are all being gathered up and be like, well, you just follow the basic stuff that Earth provides, and then you kind of get like that so-called spiritual right in a way. But yeah, you got to go into the 40 days alone per se to get that. So real quick, the 42 months is the 1260 days. The 12 ties into the 12 days of Christmas, and the 60 days ties into the 6 for the 24. And then the T is for the cross, and then, or it's 3.5 years. Okay, so if you take 42, 3.5, you get the, on the back side, 12, 3, 24. Okay, for a date. Or you can get the 11, 2 and 3 if you take the 1 that divide or subtracts the 3 and 2. Either way, just showing you how that 11, 2, 3 or the 12, 3 and such ties into the 1260 days. And then the 1225 Christmas is 240 days after that 4/8 eclipse that put the square, the Mason Square, onto America. And then Trump was at the Madison Square Gardens today for the Mad is Sun on the sun day for the dawn, who is the morning star. So 1031 Halloween is 207 days, or 6 months to 4 days, 24 days. So I guess the video's over. So just tying in the 42 months, how the 42 months are going from the Biden, the spiritual, into the carnal. These things are opening up where we got the nativity scene, where this shit's like playing out in whatever weird ways, where if you've been following along, it makes a lot more sense. If you're just like tuning in, you're just like, what the, am I getting into myself here now, or whatever? This guy's a fucking nutbag, or got word salad going on, or this guy's schizophrenic, or whatever, right? So, too bad I worked at a salon, and I've had a bunch of clients, and my client, who actually knew Rupert Murdoch personally, and got me tickets to George Michael's concert in Dallas for his 25th year or whatever, like his last season or whatever. Anyways, my client Gary, he shared some secrets or whatever about the celebrities and such, but I forgot why I was even telling the story. The Rupert Murdoch, Live Nation. Schizophrenics. I got it. Anyways, he told me what schizophrenic, like he used to like work with him, like one-on-one. Anyways, what I do, whatever I've been given since 2020, visions and dreams, I call it, it's not schizophrenia. All right? And y'all, if you're calling it that, you're just a dumb shit. And you need to quit running. You need to quit running. because I'm going to catch up at some